It depends on how big your garlic cloves are, or your garlic bulbs. So I used about 6, nicer size ones. And I'm going to show you a little trick. You take your garlic, and this is a great way how you can get them peeled, and make it easier for you to digest your food and to assimilate it, to assimilate the vitamins and minerals. It's just easier to process. A lot of you guys may not be able to eat garlic. I know a lot of people, it just makes them sick, or they just burp it up and they just can't tolerate it. This would be a fabulous way because garlic has so many medicinal properties to it, and it has been touted for thousands of years for its healing properties.
What's up, Homestead homies? You didn't think I'd forget about you, did you? Oh, it's every day, bro. Yeah, that's right. In case you're new to our channel, we're off grid with Doug and Stacy. We live in the Midwest in a log cabin that I built myself in 90 days. A lot of new homesteaders out here and watching these videos and everything. So I think I'm trying to incorporate a lot of basic tips that some people might just overlook, you guys. So today we're going to talk about hoof maintenance and care, right? Because a lot of us have like the sheep or the goats, or you have the cows on your calving right now, or maybe you have some goats that are having their babies and some lambs coming out of the sheep. And so what I want to talk about today is kind of it's a basic thing. Haven't really heard anybody talk about it, but I just want to make sure the information's out there for all you new homesteaders that are dropping on the scene and picking up this lifestyle straight from the city, because you might not even have a clue. So during the spring and during the winter, these are the times when you can really mess up your animals as far as the hoofs go, because hoof rot is a real important thing. So one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your animals always have a dry place to go, okay? Because what happens is, there's Smokey boy. What happens is, if they're constantly in the pastures and they're constantly, having wet feet, it can really mess them up. Their hooves can get really soft, and it can really cause a lot of problems. You can get split hoof, stuff like that. You want to keep your animals' hooves, as dry as possible. So that's going to mean getting them into a place that they can have a dry feet. So for us, that horses are outside, but they also have a spot in our barn right there, and inside that barn we have gravel down and sawdust and stuff like that, so it's always dry there. So they're out in the pasture, and then they go in there like overnight, and when we feed them, and if they want to get out of the elements, if it's raining or anything like that. Now the sheep, we have right now we always keep 6 ewes, and we keep 1 ram, and then right now we have some babies as well that we're going to be processing pretty soon. But they have their own building inside of here, and what we do is we really lay the straw down thick, okay? You always are out here, we're putting down straw, and it's always a nice fluffy bed. Now the upside to this is the sheep, they go to the bathroom in here. I'll show you some nice, super good, that's some super healthy sheep droppings right there. And then we put more straw down, and we're building a deep mulch system, right? So then when I move them back over to the other side of our homestead, they are going to be over there, and then I'll muck this stuff out, and then I'll have a pile going where I put this on the garden over the winter time, okay? So pretty quick video, just wanted to share with you guys this hoof care and stuff. You can probably hear Maggie in the background bossing everybody around. She's over with the horses. So that's it. It was just a quick video today. I just wanted to talk about keeping your hooved animals' feet dry, having a place that they can go in out of the elements. Had to turn my head a little bit to watch my ram. You got to keep an eye on them or you're going to end up on the ground. But anyways, just a quick video to talk about keeping your animals able to have a dry spot, so if you have them outside and they're in some kind of a pallet setup, or there's some kind of a, whatever it is, if it gets any water in there, just make sure you're checking on that and you're using straw. Straw is the absorbent material. You don't want to use like old hay, because hay is a blade and it doesn't really absorb the water. What happens is it gets wet and it gets really soggy and mushy, but the straw is like a tube. And what happens is it absorbs the moisture, and then it kind of keeps it relatively dry. So it's a much better thing to use than hay. So hopefully you guys got a nugget out of this video. We're going to see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Oh, don't forget, next week we're going to be at the MOA, Missouri Organic Growers Association. And don't forget also, our t-shirts are still available. See ya.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. You might want to check out these videos.
And if you want to become a Homestead homie, click the picture of us below.
We will see you tomorrow.